Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope everybody is well. Have a story that I've been meaning to share with you all, just in case you haven't heard. The devil is stepping down from his post, but I would not be excited. In my opinion, I see it as a sign or a data point. If he's stepping down, that must mean either he's going to sacrifice himself and something big is getting ready to happen, or they're all probably getting ready to go into their bunkers and caves because their next phase of their plans are getting ready to be introduced to the world. So they don't want to be here. So people will forget what they said. So anyway, this comes from the World Economic Forum. It's on Financial Times. It said Davos Forum founder Klaus Schwab to step down. Founder turned World Economic Forum into a must-attend conference and 500 euro million in business. I guess that's what that means. I don't know. So Klaus Schwab, the 86-year-old founder of the World Economic Forum, is to resign as its executive chair after more than half a century at the helm of the world's preeminent business conference. It's more than a business conference, I'd say that. Schwab has presided over the annual gathering in the Swiss ski resort of Davos since founding it in 1971, turning it into a hugely profitable enterprise owned by a charitable foundation. See how children of the corn always scheming and scamming and shamming. Everything can be a charity. How is this a charity? So this is like literally a nonprofit organization that is ruling the world. How is this even possible? I don't even understand. And governments pay to go here. Every time they have something, governments are paying to go. With annual revenues of whatever that is, they're 500 million. He will step back in January and assume a new role as WEF's board of trust chair of WEF's board of trustees. So he ain't going nowhere. He gonna be still in power, but not the face of the thing. And because it's set up as a family organization, it doesn't really matter if he leaves as executive director. His family is still gonna be running things. So he'll still be able to have power. Although at 86 years old, I don't know why in the hell he won't go sit his old ass down somewhere. I know he got some grandkids or something else he could be doing besides trying to tear up the damn world. But anyway, the organization has been undergoing a planned governance evolution from a founder managed organization to one where a president and a managing board assume full executive responsibility, the WEF said on Tuesday. But it doesn't really matter if the family is still going to be heavily involved. So it's just people watching them. They're moving around. The devil's got his hand in the cookie jar. We see it, so they gotta do something else slick. Schwab helped transform the WEF from the modest beginnings as the European Management Symposium, a conference for European businessmen to swap strategy ideas backed by the European Commission, into a conference attended by top chief executives, bankers, and policymakers. Policymakers means governments. At its latest gathering earlier this year, the forum attracted more than 50 heads of state, including Argentina's President Javier Milei, policymakers including European Central Bank's head Christine Lagarde, and dozens of business leaders, including JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon and Microsoft's Satya Nadella. Companies pay up to $658,000 annual membership fees, with attendees often paying additional huge sums to secure accommodations. So if they're paying almost $1 million to be a member, there has to be some astronomical financial perks or benefits from being associated with this organization. After all, it's called the World Economic Forum, so it's all about global monies. So just take note. A German-born mechanical engineer, Schwab founded the conference while working as a business professor at the University of Geneva, Davos. The remote village he picked as its home was immortalized by German writer Thomas Mann in his novel, listen, The Magic Mountain, in which an unworldly sanatorium of oddballs satirizes a European society hurtling towards war. Sound about right. Targeted by climate activists, populists, and anti-capitalists, the conference has recently struggled to maintain its allure as geopolitical tension and protectionism dent its pro-globalization mantra. And so I want to say protectionism is a word that these hidden hands have come up with for you wanting to be a sovereign place. So if America decided they only wanted to cater to Americans, these children, I'm finna say white people, children of the corn would say, "Oh, you're being a protectionist. You have to let other people come. You're a melting pot. We believe in this world vision." And so that's why everybody's being flooded with illegal entrants and having migration issues, because this is what they want. They want a global agenda, not a national um, or state position like we have now. Schwab has also come under fire both for his SFR 1 million salary and treading a fine line between the firm's work as a charity and the private ventures linked to its founder and his family operating close to it. So in children of the corn fashion, they're always scheming and scamming. Everything is about resources, money, how they are going to use and abuse people for their own nefarious purposes. The West's relationship with Davos is under mounting strain. The village plans to hold a referendum for residents this June that could sharply limit the number of people who attend the conference by restricting the rental of premises to official guests only. Schwab has threatened to move the conference elsewhere, pointing to the success of its gathering in Singapore during the coronavirus pandemic. Semaphore first reported Schwab would be stepping down. So I just want to share this with y'all, let y'all know the demons are moving. The demons are moving. We need to keep in touch with what the demons are doing, why they're doing it. We don't necessarily know, but we need to know that they are moving. So as they move, y'all keep watch, because it means to me that they're moving out of way for something. So pay attention to these European children of the corn. Pay attention to the UK. Pay attention to the royals. Pay attention to all these crashes, these helicopter crashes of these presidents and state heads. Pay attention to what's happening in America and the things that our government says and does and where they put their money. Pay attention to the corporate people. What are they doing? If they're laying people off, are they resigning? Are they cashing in their stocks and trying to hold liquid assets? All that stuff means something. They don't do stuff when things are getting ready to happen. They kind of do things in advance so that it won't be so close in timing. Every now and then, somebody messes up and leaves at the last minute and gives up the ghost. But for the most part, these children of corn been making moves like for the last, say, year and a half, 2 years, especially during the pandemic. So gotta watch them, gotta watch them, gotta watch them. Keep your eyes on them, keep watch. The demons are moving. They're moving, one, because they're scared. We're waking up. We're seeing what they're doing. And like I said, their plans are not going off the way that they intended. But it doesn't mean that they're still not going to try to attack us on all fronts. So, interesting news. Shout out to Only Pamela's Way for sharing this story with me. I want to say maybe a week ago. And I just haven't had a chance to get around to sharing it with y'all. But if you have not gotten that book that Klaus Schwab wrote about the Great Reset, I recommend you do it because it gives you the blueprint for what is going on now. And if you have not read or purchased the Agenda 21 that was put out back in, I want to say, 1992, that gives you the blueprint of what was done back then. And you can see all the stuff that has come to pass now, and where we are in the big scheme of things. All right, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button so that this video will be circulated and people will be able to view it. This channel is shadow banned, so if you don't like or leave a comment or share it, it's very hard for the content to circulate on YouTube and on other platforms. If you'd like to support the channel, links for my Venmo and Coffee are at the bottom of the description. If you would like to keep in touch in the event that I am booted off of the YouTubes, follow me on Odyssey, Rumble, Instagram, and on Facebook. The links are in the description. I don't post there regularly, but in the event that I am booted, those are the platforms that I will use to communicate with you. Lastly, keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High, obey those laws, statutes, and commandments, and make sure you repent daily for sins of commission and sins of omission, as we don't know when things are going to kick off. We don't know how hardships are going to impact us. We don't know what they're going to throw at us, but we know we need to endure to the end, and we need to keep ourselves grounded. We don't need to live in fear. We need to live in faith. We need to live in the truth. And we need to be seeking knowledge, wisdom, and understanding so that we can navigate these crazy times. All right, y'all. This is Marley K. Love y'all. And I'm out.